Today, we're going to be talking about how to stand out with your business when there are so many other baby businesses out there. My name's Anna LaGrange, and I'm one half of Baba Business, the Birth and Baby Business Academy.
Hi, my name's Liz and I'm the other half of Baba Business. Before we dive into the topic today, we would love it if you would like and subscribe on our YouTube account if you're watching it there at the moment, or please would you follow, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us to push out our episodes and reach more people.
It really does. So, oh my gosh, how do we stand out when there are other birth and baby businesses out there? So many of them. Well, the first thing I want to just say on this topic is we see what we see because the algorithm shows us what it wants us to see. So it can feel like we're absolutely surrounded by hundreds of birth and baby businesses, and that is true, but we're seeing a very skewed version of it because that's who we follow, that's who we obviously followed before we even came into this, this job, this world, whatever we're doing, and therefore the algorithm is gonna show us more of that. So the first thing to say is to take a kind of bit of a reality check and just think about what you're following and how Instagram works with what it shows you, because yes, there's lots of birth baby businesses out there, but we see them at an exaggerated amount. Does that make sense? We see it in an exaggerated fashion. My words aren't coming out very well here, but
you're making complete sense. And I think if you were to look at how many birth and baby businesses there are in your actual area, particularly if what you're offering is in person, then, that number is going to be significantly reduced. But you might still feel like, oh, there are a lot of birth and baby businesses. There's a lot of competition going on in my area. And so we would both really suggest that you try to move away from this idea of competition and instead be more collaborative with people, which is hard when somebody is, offering exactly the same service as you. But there will be other businesses out there that have the same audience or similar audience as you that are offering different things, and they're ideal for collaborations. And you can still have great working relationships with other hypnobirthing instructors, baby massage teachers, people that are in exactly the same field as you. And it actually it helps everybody to work more collaboratively with each other for sure. But like Anna said, it's really hard on Instagram when you are following all these accounts because you end up getting into that comparisonitis and imposter syndrome, don't you?
Yeah, you really do. And I think as well, you kind of, sometimes we look to people who are in our same field for inspiration, for ideas, and that is great, but you're not them. And that's what you have to remember. So you have to keep bringing it back to who you are, what your USP or unique selling point is. And remember that people don't really buy necessarily what you're offering, although they need what you're offering, but they really like you, they trust you. So you have got to try and be as authentic as you can on your own account and in your own business, and let people know why they should work with you. Not because you're saying that you're better than them, the other good competition, or let's not call them that, your local, other people who work in baby businesses close to you. You're not saying you're better than them, but you will be the right person for certain people, and they will probably be the right person for other people. So if you think about the last big investment you made, I talk about this a lot with my students at the Mindful Breastfeeding School, and I often use example of me in the Mindful Breastfeeding School because they've just invested in me and that's why they're there with me. And I asked them to kind of name why are the reasons you came to train with me rather than with a different organisation, and they'll pretty much categorically say, oh, because we just really liked you, we liked what you stand for, we really liked the values of the Mindful Breastfeeding School, we really liked the concept of mindful breastfeeding. So they'd kind of answered their own question there, really. They hadn't come to me because there wasn't other people doing what I'm doing, because there are, but they just had a feeling that I was for them. And certainly I know there's other breastfeeding education businesses out there who attract other people, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. We've got plenty of people who need to train in breastfeeding. I don't need to hold on to everyone myself. I wouldn't have the time or the capacity to train everybody myself. And that's the mindset that I have developed that has helped my business to grow and to do well.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely making sure that people know who you are, what you're about, what the real you is. And yeah, we can do that on Instagram by, going live in our stories, or even the words that we use in the posts that we do on Instagram. But we can also do that in person, like getting out in our local community if we're offering those in-person services, and connecting with people, getting to know people, going to events, and people just really start to see who you are. And that's so powerful, and that is how you stand out, by being you. And Anna also mentioned a USP, and I think you are your USP, like Anna said. But look at your services in comparison to other services or similar services in the local area, and what can you offer in as part of that service that's different to anybody else, that really makes you stand out, that will attract your ideal clients to you and just help you to have those packed out classes and not worry about the competition. So an example of this, when I was delivering in-person services in my local area, when I was teaching hypnobirthing, I had a collaboration with a local pregnancy massage therapist, and she would give me a voucher for a pregnancy massage. And so I would advertise my classes my course would include a free pregnancy massage. So I was paying the pregnancy massage therapist, but a very reduced rate. She was getting clients without having to advertise, which is why she could do it at a cheaper rate. And she was also getting ongoing clients and ongoing customers, because once they'd had one pregnancy massage, they obviously wanted another one, so went back and paid her the full price. But I think what really helped was, like, people were like, nobody else is offering this. I book with her and I'm going to get a pregnancy massage. That's amazing. So think about what are the things that you could offer into your packages that are just going to make you stand out and make people go, that is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I really love that. And I think you were onto a winner there. I think that was great. And so were all your customers. I think that's that it was such a good idea. And the thing is, you probably wouldn't have come up with that idea on your own unless you had gone around meeting local business owners, other people who had similar similar customer base to you. You wouldn't have necessarily come up with that out of the box idea that worked so well. And it was a win-win for both of you. It wasn't just a win for you, it was a win for them as well. And that's something we talk about a lot, isn't it? It's really important when we're looking at partnering, collaborating with people. There's got to be something in it for both of you. It's got to work for both sides. So if you're reaching out to people locally, and we really encourage you to do this, if you're doing in-person services, you have got to network to build up your portfolio and build up your reputation locally. And not everybody's going to necessarily welcome your connect, you trying to connect with them. But again, they're kind of probably more in that competition mindset rather than that collaboration mindset. That's fine. But you will meet people who also would love to collaborate and partner with you. And that's where you're going to be able to grow your audience and also come up with genius ideas like you did with the pregnancy massage lady. So you can't go wrong really with reaching out as much as possible. Something else you touched on there about being unique, it's not always down to the services we offer, but it's often about just our values and what we believe in. It's something we work on a little bit in the planner. If you haven't got yours yet, here they are. We talk about really getting clear on not only what your goals are, but who your brand is, who your business is, what are the values, because I can guarantee that your values will be different to the values of the other, say, baby massage instructor or hypnobirthing teacher that's close by. And the more that you are clear on who you are and who your brand is, the more you're going to communicate that. It'll come across in your writing, in your copy, in your conversations with people. And that's going to really help people make the decision whether you're the right person to work with or not.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we love our values, and I think it's really easy to see what our values are. You know, we're very big on community and inclusivity, for instance, and I think people would probably, and fun as well is another one of our values, and I think people would probably see that from looking at our Instagram grid or like chatting to us, and they'll see if we're not going to be for everybody, and that's absolutely fine, but the people who resonate with those values are going to come to us because we're like actually displaying it in the marketing that we do. So I think that is a really useful and underestimated and powerful tool to use, definitely. But it is hard, you know, when you feel like you are kind of getting lost in this sea of other birth and baby businesses. But I think if you can see through that and you can keep going and establish yourself, you will get there eventually. Like if it's meant for you, it will be for you if you apply and take enough action and you have the right mindset and approach to your business.
Yeah, I think if you're finding that you're going on Instagram and you're feeling like there's loads of birth and baby businesses, perhaps that imposter syndrome is creeping up. You can stop following people. You can curate your feed on Instagram. You don't have to follow all the birth and baby businesses. That there's no rule to say that you need to do that. Maybe follow other people that make you feel better about yourself and about your business. Something that we do is we have looked in other industries, haven't we, on Instagram, and looked at what they're doing to get ideas. So one of the industries we looked at in the beginning was dog training.
Yes, we did. That was your bright idea for sure.
And it was quite helpful, wasn't it? Just to think about how, not necessarily, well, some of their offers, some of their freebies, just some of the ideas that they were putting out there, how they were curating their feed. We also were looking at some of the things we don't want to do. So you don't have to just look at the birth and baby industry for inspiration. You've got enough inspiration in yourself, in your own knowledge, in your personal experiences, through the clients that you've had before. Those are the people that are going to give you inspiration for posts, for creating new services, because you're going to be creating services around what your clients need and want, not around what some other baby business is offering. So really thinking, perhaps going back to your own experience or your experience of friends, and thinking, okay, what is really needed out there? Why did I come into this? I came into this to fill a gap because I have a passion to make a difference, and kind of go from there, rather than feeling like you need to sort of follow everyone and look at what they're doing and get the ideas from them. So definitely, if it's making you feel icky, just stop following those.
Definitely.
Those accounts.
I always advise my hypnobirthing instructors that if they're feeling like overwhelmed or they're stuck in that comparisonitis, just unfollow those accounts or hide them. It's fine. It's not like you're not. Sometimes people think, oh, it's like it's mean or it's disrespectful or I'm not being supportive or collaborative if I do that. But I think you've got to put yourself first sometimes as well. And you've got to think, well, actually, that person is sending me down an absolute rabbit hole. I know it's not them. It's not their fault. It's me. It's where my mind is taking me. So just unfollow. And honestly, it takes such a weight off you that you're not kind of worried about, are we doing the same thing? Are we too similar? Are they better than me or any of that sort of stuff? So don't be hard on yourself and just allow yourself to unfollow people if they're having that effect on you. And going back to what Anna was saying about other industries, looking at other industries and seeing what they're doing, that is like such an advanced business strategy. If you can do that and apply it to your business, like that is serious business. And I think that is a great strategy to go down. So do take a look at what people are doing in other industries and just think, how can I take this? They're doing it so well. How can I take it and apply it to what I'm doing? That would be well worthwhile investing some time in.
Yeah, absolutely. And if some of the mindset stuff that you were describing, Liz, is something that people are really struggling with, then it's well worth going and having a look at our imposter syndrome episode, because we talk about how to deal with that quite a bit in there, about how to look at our mindset and have this kind of positive and collaborative type mindset towards our business, because I have seen business owners be so crippled by the comparisonitis and by feeling they're not good enough that they haven't they've decided that they actually just can't really hack the social media world. And I do get that, but we all have the control over that. This is all something we can work on if it's something that we struggle with. And so mindset tools are such an essential part of business, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we should never underestimate how important it is to take care of our bodies, of our minds, so that we can carry on working in this world, and doing the things that we love. And I think that's another thing to like keep coming back to, is that why. Why am I doing this? What is my mission? What is my vision for my business? Keep coming back to those things: values, mission, and vision. And that will really help you to stand out from people and keep your business moving forward as well.
I think that is a brilliant place to finish.
Yeah, great. Well, we'll be back next week with another jam-packed episode. We're actually going to be talking next week about not having enough time to make your business a success. So do tune in if time.
I might need to listen to that episode.
I think we all do, yeah. So we'll be delving into some strategies for that. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, we would love it if you would like and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching us there, or if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Please follow, leave a review if you can. We really appreciate it, and it really helps us.
We do. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.